Welcome to the Moffitt Cancer Center Virtual Reality Treatment Experience. Before we begin, have you ever received radiation therapy before? Please select yes or no. You can do. How are you feeling today? Please select the mood which best represents your current level of anxiety for receiving radiation treatment. That's alright. Radiation therapy can be a daunting experience to go through, especially if this is your first time. The goal of this simulation is to show you that radiation therapy is not something to be afraid of. Please wait while we load you into the simulation for your therapy shortly. With this information briefing, we're hoping to answer 3 important questions that patients may have. What is radiation therapy? What does the MRI LINAC machine do? And why is it important for patients to hold their breath when receiving treatment? Let's start from the top and go from there. What is radiation therapy? In short, radiation therapy is a form of treatment designed to eliminate cancerous cells from the body, reduce the size of tumours, and alleviate symptoms of cancer from the patient's body. Radiation therapy comes in many forms, including internal radiotherapy and radiopharmaceuticals. But for today's exercise, we're going to focus on external radiation therapy. This brings us to our second question. What does the MRI LINAC machine do? In order to answer this question, we must first answer the following question. What is external radiation therapy? External radiation therapy is a form of radiation therapy in which high-energy beams are directed at a patient's tumour through the use of a machine in order to reduce the size of their tumour. Now that you know what an MRI LINAC machine does, we can answer the last question. Why is it important for patients to hold their breath during treatment? Patients using the MRI LINAC are required to lay on their back and remain still while a group of radiation therapists operate the MRI machine and generate the radioactive beams used in treatment. In order for the beam to reach the tumour, the patient must hold their breath to move the tumour into place for the beam. The beam is only turned on when the tumour is within 95% of the beam, so it is imperative that the patient hold their breath to give the radiation therapists enough time to use the MRI LINAC machine to shrink the tumour. The final question is for you, the patient. Have you eaten 3 hours prior to playing this simulation? Congratulations! You may have not realised it, but it is important to not eat 3 hours prior to treatment. Eating before treatment can reposition the placement of your tumour and make it harder for the radiation therapists to find its location. As a result, extending how long you'll need to be in the MRI machine. The impact of this is known as gastric filling. Would you like me to repeat the information briefing? Radiation therapy can be used to treat a number of cancers. So, as an example for this simulation, we'll be treating you with gastric cancer, also known as stomach cancer. As a patient suffering from stomach cancer, we'll need to perform radiation therapy on you to help fight the cancer cells growing in your body. This will require you to enter the MRI LINAC machine so our radiation therapists can use the MRI's beams to fight off any cancerous cells.
Now that you've been briefed on treatment, we'll be moving on to breathing training. Try to match your breathing pattern with the one you see below. Congratulations on completing breathing training. Look at me if you would like to repeat either the info briefing or your training.
Thank you.
Congratulations on completing breathing training. Look at me if you would like to repeat either the info briefing or your training. Congratulations on completing breathing training. Look at me if you would like to repeat either the info briefing or your training.
Treatment will continue in the treatment room. Please look at the teleportation orb to proceed with treatment. What you're seeing here is our demo patient entering the MRI Linac machine to begin treatment. Treatment will be conducted with the patient lying on their back as the radiation therapists use the Linac's radiation beams to target and reduce the tumour on the patient's stomach. Once treatment is completed, the patient will be removed from the machine and will be allowed to get up and move around. When you're ready, please look at the orb above the MRI Linac to start treatment. Before you begin with treatment, please recline the chair you're currently sitting in. Once your seat is fully reclined, an orb will appear at the centre of the screen. Look into the orb to start treatment. Remember to stay still during the remainder of the simulation.